latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
San George LGU and 8 First Infantry Brigade launched housing projects for former rebels. 21 MILF commanders apply for presidential amnesty in Cotabato City. Petroleum products down by over 1 peso per liter today. DOH assures public that MPAC's Clade 2 variant has been managed. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, September 10, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Ralph Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our stories, the San George Local Government Unit led by Mayor Leoncio Uy in partnership with the 801st Infantry Brigade in Opapru, launched the Saad Nga Balay Housing Initiative. The project under Task Force ZELCAC's SICLIP program aims to provide safe and decent housing for former rebels reintegrating into society. Colonel Carmelito Pangatungan and Captain Juni Radiola introduced the project, highlighting the government's commitment in supporting former rebels in their transition to civilian life. The initiative marks a key step toward peace building and community reintegration.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
21 senior commanders of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, now members of parliament, submitted their applications for presidential amnesty to the local amnesty board in Cotabato City. The event was witnessed by GPHMILFP's implementing panel chair retired General Cesar Llano and Bar Minister Mohagar Iqbal. Since the application period began, 77 MILF members have applied for amnesty, with a total of 909 applications from members of MILF, MNLF, CPPNP, NDF, and RPMP-RPA-ABB. The deadline for submissions is March 2026.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in about DND opposes transfer of Kibuloy custody to AFP. Go for the details, Beth Tanyete.
The Department of National Defense expressed opposition to my move to transfer Pastor Apollo Kibuloy from Philippine National Police custody to the Armed Forces of the Philippines. DND spokesperson Arsenio Aldolong emphasized that EFE facilitates adhere to strict operational security protocols and are not appropriate for holding criminal suspects. Kibuloy, facing charges of qualified human trafficking, sexual abuse, and child abuse, remains detained at the PNP Custodial Center in Camp Crami alongside his co-accused. This is Bethanite reporting for the EFP Community News, one EFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Tanyete.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Over 900 former rebels, mostly members of the Communist Party of the Philippines and its armed wing, the New People's Army, have applied for amnesty. According to the National Amnesty Commission, as of September 6, 909 individuals have sought amnesty, including 783 former CPP and PA members. The amnesty program, initiated under President Marcos Jr.'s proclamation last November 2023, aims to promote peace and reconciliation. The application deadline is set for March 2026.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines United States Marine Corps discussed the upcoming maritime training activity Sama-Sama during a meeting between AFP Vice Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Arthur Cordura and USMC Commandant General Eric Smith at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. The meeting explored various areas of cooperation, emphasizing a shared commitment to a rules-based international order and a stable Indo-Pacific region. Lieutenant General Cordura expressed gratitude for General Smith's visit and highlighted the importance of the continued partnership between the two countries. On the other line, let us hear from Jim Boy about 2nd TMO Battalion celebrates 17th anniversary, inaugurates new headquarters.
The 2nd Civil Military Operation Battalion celebrate its 17th founding anniversary at Camp Kapimpin, Tanay, Rizal. Distinguished guests including Senior Commander Brigadier General Benjamin Howe attended the event, which featured the inauguration of the battalion new headquarters Bulwagan Bigkis Lahi. The new facility aimed to enhance the battalion's capabilities in fostering military-civilian partnership, a key element in promoting peace and nation building. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Camarines Sur Representative Luis Raymond Villafuerte has proposed a substantial increase in the Navy's budget to strengthen the Philippines' maritime defense amid rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea. He also supports legal action against China following the recent ramming of a Philippine Coast Guard vessel by a Chinese ship. Villafuerte stressed the need for more naval assets to counter growing threats while praising the military's adherence to international law. He called for bolstered naval defense as Chinese vessel presence in the West Philippine Sea continues to escalate. And for our national news, 7 Chinese vessels which earlier fled to avoid the impact of Typhoon Enteng have returned to Bajo de Masinloc in the West Philippine Sea. International Maritime Observer Ray Powell said that 6 Gyeongsancha-U maritime militia and 1 China Coast Guard ship were monitored to be sailing back to Bajo de Masinloc. These Chinese vessels came from the Panganiban Reef, located 130 nautical miles from Palawan. Typhoon Enteng left the Philippine area of responsibility last Wednesday, September 4. From First CRG, let us hear some information from Meljoy about First CRG CRS AFP. Empower youth leaders during the first Cordillera Regional Learners Convergence in Baguio City.
ROF, the first Civil Relations Group, Civil Relations Service Armed Forces of the Philippines, took part in the first Cordillera Regional Learners Convergence on September 9, 2024 at Teachers Camp Baguio City, attended by 96 learners who are also youth leaders from the region. With the theme #Galing Kabataan, Pagsulong ng Maitatag, Pagtaguyod ng Lipunang Maunlad, the Regional Learners Convention aims to provide learner participants to have the unique opportunity to not only gain insights from the esteemed speakers and activities, but also enrich their learning experiences through interactions with one another, fostering a deeper understanding of diverse cultures and developing them into becoming effective leaders in their respective communities. Major Al Anthony B. Puebla's Philippine Army, the commander of the 1st Civil Relations Group, advocated military careers and emphasized the role of youths in nation building and becoming peace and development advocates. Moreover, the learners were provided guidance that they may use as a motivation to pursue a career in the armed forces of the Philippines, not just as a profession, but as a path to becoming leaders who would embody the value of service and commitment to their communities. The 1st Civil Relations Group is grateful to the DepEd Tayo Cordillera for giving an avenue to inspire and motivate the next generation of leaders who we are rooting for as the hope of the nation, and we are hopeful that at the end of the event, our youths are empowered and strengthened to keep advocating a thriving community. This is Meljoy Nesho reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines. Rolf, the
Thank you, Meljoy from First CRG. Fuel retailers are set to implement a major pump price rollback this week. In separate advisories, Chevron Philippines Incorporated, Petron Corporation, Sea Oil Philippines Corporation, and Shell Pilipinas Corporation said they will reduce the price per liter of gasoline by 1 peso and 55 centavos. Meanwhile, diesel prices will be reduced by 1 peso and 30 centavos and kerosene by 1 peso and 40 centavos. The adjustment took effect at 6 a.m. today.
DWDD National News.
The National Wages and Productivity Commission announced that domestic workers in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, Muslim Mindanao, are set to receive an increase to their monthly wage. The Bangsamoro Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board provides an increase in the monthly pay for domestic helpers across the region to 5,000 pesos. The new wage order applies to those engaged in household tasks. This shall take effect starting Thursday, September 19. And now let's hear a report on the ground about Westmancom joins Zamboanga Siege 11th anniversary commemoration. Go for the details, Gina.
Yes, Rof, the Western Mindanao Command represented by Brigadier General Taharuddin Ampatuan participated in the 11th anniversary of the Zamboanga Siege yesterday. The event held at the Freedom Fighters Memorial Shrine in Zamboanga City was led by the local government and honored the fallen heroes with a wreath-laying ceremony and 21-gun salute. Westmincom Commander Lieutenant General William Gonzales called for continued remembrance of those who sacrificed during the 2013 siege and assured the military's commitment to maintaining peace in the region. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gina.
DWDD
And moving on to another story, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology warned of a possible Canlaon volcano eruption. This comes after the agency observed a significant increase in seismic activity at Canlaon volcano yesterday. In an advisory issued at 11:30 p.m., PHIVOLCS recorded 25 volcano tectonic earthquakes since 8:32 a.m. Residents of Canlaon City in Negros Oriental reported feeling at least 5 of these quakes.
DWDD National
The
News.
Department of Health has assured the public that the spread of Mpox Clade 2 has been managed despite an expected increase in cases. Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said he anticipates the number of Mpox cases to rise because they are testing as fast as they can. But he noted that increasing case counts does not mean increasing infections. The Clade 2 is a milder variant of Mpox. And for other updates, let us hear the details about government troops uncover NPA armed cache in Eastern Samar. Go ahead, Leonor.
Government forces discovered an arms cache belonging to the New People's Army in Barangay Osmeña, General MacArthur, Eastern Samar. The 78th Infantry Battalion found M16 rifles, ammunition, a bandoleer, subversive documents, and banned anti-personnel mine blasting caps. The success follows a series of recent operations aimed at dismantling NPA forces in the region. Authorities credited the cooperation of former NPA members and local communities for discovery. This is Leonor reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD National News.
The Presidential Communications Office will intensify its efforts in fighting disinformation and fake news under the new leadership of its Chief Secretary Cesar Chavez. During the budget hearing at the House of Representatives, he said that he is planning to issue a memorandum circular to designate a fact-checking officer in all PZO-affiliated agencies. This includes PT-Before, Philippine Information Agency, Radyo Pilipinas, Bureau of Broadcast Services, Philippine News Agency, the IBC-13, and the PZO proper. Chavez then stressed the need for all state media to be vigilant and take the lead in combating fake news.
DWDD National News.
The Pag-ibig Fund has released a total of 77.33 billion pesos in home loans from January to August this year. This reflects an increase of 383 million pesos compared to the 76.94 billion pesos released during the same period last year. Housing Secretary Jose Rizalino Acuzar said the record marks the highest home loan release for the same period in its history. He then emphasized Pag-ibig's growing role in supporting the home ownership aspirations of Filipino workers. Let us hear more updates from Jay about repatriation of Arnolfo Tavas Jr. said as Air Force prepares for his return.
roof, arrangements are being made with the Philippine Air Force for the imminent repatriation of former Negros Oriental lawmaker Arnolfo Teves Jr. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remola announced that the said personality, facing multiple murder charges, is expected to return to the Philippines within the month. Teves fled to Timor-Leste after being implicated in the March 2023 killings of Governor Ruel Digamo and others. Despite appealing his extradition, Timor-Leste denied his plea, with his deportation expected soon. This is Jay Canyo reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jay.
DWDD National
For
News.
other development story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said the Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Pastor Apollo Kibuloy must first answer the charges filed against him in Philippine courts before any talk of his extradition to the United States. Kibuloy is facing charges for violating the Republic Act 7610, or the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation and Discrimination Act. PBBM noted that there is no extradition request yet. He also reiterated that the extradition request will now be in the court's hands and no longer within the executive department.
DWDD National News.
Department of the Interior and Local Government Secretary Benhur Abalos Jr. wants a thorough investigation into the possible involvement of some high-profile personalities in providing assistance to Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Apollo Kibuloy. This is during the time when Kibuloy was being hunted down by the police. Abalos said they want to find these personalities as they should be slapped with appropriate criminal charges that include obstruction of justice. Kibuloy and his co-accused were presented in a press briefing at Camp Crame, Quezon City. More updates from Ella Mercado about a grade 7 student dies in a mauling incident in Antipolo City, Rizal.
A 14-year-old grade 7 student died after a mauling incident that transpired at Sitio Phase 18, Barangay San Isidro, Antipolo City. Based on the report submitted to Rizal Provincial Police Office and Camp General Licerio Hieronimo in Taytay, the victim was identified as RJ Tanteo E. Ramirez, residing at Barangay San Isidro Lower of said city, while those who were in conflict with the victim and now under the custody of Antipolo Component City Police Station were identified as alias Charles, 16 years old, grade 6 student, and alias Rainier, 17 years old, a grade 7 student of the same school. According to authorities, alias Charles, together with the witnesses, were walking along NHA Avenue when they saw the victim, who challenged Charles to a fist fight but was pacified by some concerned citizens. When alias Rainier arrived on the same place, Charles and RJ were engaged into a fist fight again, resulting loss of consciousness of the victim caused by repeatedly smashing of his head on the concrete pavement. Earlier details of incident were denied by the victim's family. According to them, alias Charles was the first to challenge the victim into a fist fight, and homicide was the possible case to be filed against the suspects while the investigation still ongoing. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado from Rizal. And from 2nd CRG, let us hear from Sena about Philippine Army troops deliver government services to Jovelar Albay.
Yes, Rolf, more or less 369 residents benefited from the community peace dialogue and service caravan conducted by the 903rd Brigade and 31st Infantry Battalion in collaboration with 504th Community Defense Center, 5th RCDG, MPS Villar, DepEd Albay, and Albay Provincial Office led by Miss Christine Palacio. This activity was attended by residents from 5 barangays of Villar, such as Barangay del Rosario, Florist, San Roque, Salvacion, and Barangay San Isidro. Said activity was held at San Isidro National High School on September 6, 2024. The purpose of the activity is to help our countrymen living in remote areas by providing medical services such as free medical, dental, and optical checkup, provision of free medicines and vitamins, free haircut, feeding program, and distribution of ECLIP and Army recruitment leaflets and games for children. The leadership of 31st Infantry Battalion expressed its sincerest gratitude for the support shown by various agencies that joined together to deliver various aid to remote areas. This program is an effective way for citizens to feel the protection of our government for the long-term peace and development of our people. This is Sana from Sulcom reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Senna.
DWDD National News.
The Senate's Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality cited dismissed Mamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo in contempt for the second time. This comes after Guo insisted that she was born in Tarlac and not in China. Guo also did not confirm that she is a Chinese national named Guo Huapi and refused to disclose who was giving her death threats. Senate Women and Children's Chairperson Senator Riza Hontiveros said Guo's actions are a blatant defiance of the legislative's constitutional power of inquiry.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Ralph Susan for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster